are changing. We're flying high, creating a complaint-free world.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Today is Wednesday, and it's actually Veterans Day, so I'm not going to be doing a meditation today. But I wanted to be with you live here anyway, because number one, I always look forward to doing these every day. I was thinking about the Stephen King book on writing, which is probably a book you've never heard of and which would never be made into a movie. Hey, Heather, good to see you. Heather is here this morning. Stephen King, I think, is one of the greatest writers, whether you like the content or not, whether you're certainly not elevating, makes you feel happy or anything like that. It'll scare you. Anyway, he wrote a wonderful book on writing, which teaches writers to write, like myself. And at the beginning of the book, he admitted to the fact that he got up every morning and he wrote every single day, except on Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Day, and his birthday. And then at the end of the book, which is 700 pages, good morning, Heather, good to see you. At the end of the book, he talks about the fact that he lied at the beginning of the book. He also writes on his birthday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's. So I'm kind of the same way. Yes, it is a fabulous book. If you want to read an interesting book by Stephen King, it's 600 and something pages, and it's about writing, but so little of it is about writing. But that's where I learned about things like word echoes, about not using the same word twice in the same sentence, or even in adjoining sentences. Bharat is here. Good morning, Bharat. And so is Dominic Juanita. I see you changed it now, so it says Dominic Juanita, so that's good. Or maybe was it always that way and I never noticed that? That's really cool. Good to see you all. Happy Veterans Day. Today, we don't have a question of the day. I would like for you to honor a veteran in your life. Hey, Linda, good to see you. Linda Farrell is here. Tell us who a veteran is that was in your life. I would say my great-grandfather. Wonderful Wednesday, says Juanita. Susan Lapierre is here. So tell us of a veteran in your life. My grandfather was in World War I. And when he passed, my mother inherited all of his, his uniforms, et cetera, his cap. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Ashley just walked into the room. Everybody say hello. Ashley, good morning. Good to see you. So, my grandfather would be the person that I would want to honor on Veterans Day. He was a great man, in my opinion. Good morning, says Ed. I am a veteran, and so was my dad. Congratulations, Ed. Thank you for your service. Linda, my dad, World War II, my Marine husband. Very cool. We have a lot of wonderful veterans to honor today. Robin Flaherty is watching. Today we're asking everybody to tell us of a veteran in their life. I've never served, and I'll tell you why. Marie Gibbons Cambridge is here. Good morning, Mary. So everybody, tell us of a veteran you want to celebrate today. Linda Jewell is here today. I was 12 years old and the Vietnam Pact was signed on my 12th birthday. Therefore, I was 12 years old and there was not another major U.S. conflict until, I'll have to look it up. Kathy Cruz is here. Good morning, Kathy Cruz. Good to see you. I would say the Gulf War, which at that point I would have been in my 30s. So the first Gulf War, G1. GW1. Hey, Hillary Hutt Robertson is here. Good to see you this morning. Tell us of a veteran you would like to honor. Everybody tell us a veteran that you would like to honor today. My older brother almost went to Susan. Susan, bless you. Your mom and dad died in Vietnam. Bless your heart. Good morning, Will. Good morning. Robin Flaherty says, my brother-in-law is a veteran. I served with so many, I would honor my grandpa who served in World War II. These are coming so fast, I'm trying to read them. My apologies. That was Heather Ellis. I don't want to accidentally hang up like I did yesterday. Michelle Doherty is here. Good to see you. Good morning. Who is a veteran that you would like to honor? Good morning, says Jerome. Grandfather, World War I, says Mike, and great uncles, World War II. Jerome Johnson is watching. For all of you and your service to our country, thank you so much. My younger brother was in the Army, and it was one of those, oh my God, put him in the Army things. He'll tell you to this day, he had no discipline. Mary says, my Marine husband and a good friend who died in Vietnam. Bless your heart. Thank you all. My younger brother was a hot mess. That would probably be how he would describe himself when he was in his late teens, early 20s. And so before he went into college, he went into the Army. And when he got out, he was a different person. It was amazing, the transformation that happened for him. There was nothing wrong with him. Susan says, I tried to join the Army, but asthma kept me out. Bless your heart. Dominic and Juanita say, my grandfather, my 2 uncles, and at least 4 cousins. My father was in the Air Force, says Linda. These are coming so fast, and my son-in-law is a Marine. Again, thank you all for your service. Bless you. We appreciate who you are and what you've done for our country. I think that one of the things that I love about the United States as opposed to other countries is that we honor our veterans as heroes. Hola, says Jeanette. She's here. Michelle says, my great-grandfather, World War I, my grandfather in World War II. Cool, good to know. Trish Parr is here, just joined us. Trish, thank you. Is that in the United States, we celebrate the heroes who stand up and are willing to put their lives, body parts, and you know what? I want to quote you a quote from Jesus Christ. Jesus said, there is no greater love that one man would lay down his life for another man, okay? And I've always thought that we tend to take that a little bit too literally, and here's what I mean. In romance, especially in romantic novels, and think of Romeo and Juliet. I love you so much, I would die for you. Hey, Jamie is here. Everybody tell us of a veteran that you want to honor today on Veterans Day. So, I would die for you, you know. I think sometimes laying down your life for somebody is laying down what it is you are doing in that given moment just to be considerate and to be thoughtful. The woman I'm dating, I'm really blessed right now, and sometimes we'll be sitting there and I'll just say out loud, I want something, I want a drink, or I want an Oreo cookie or something like that. And she'll get up and I'm like, no, it's okay. I was just literally kind of thinking it out loud. I don't want you to do it because I feel like I'm imposing. And I realize she likes to lay down her life. If she's sitting there comfortably with the dog in her lap, she is willing to lay down her life. So people who join military service, whether they are injured or whether they pass or whether they come back emotionally challenged because of psychologically, okay? Forgive me if I stumble here. That they have all laid down their lives. Everyone who serves this country. Because imagine if all of a sudden I was needed, I'm 61, I can't imagine it happening. Michelle is here. Good morning, Michelle. Tell us of a veteran that you're honoring. But every time someone steps into military service, they step away from their lives. They're literally laying down their lives. Juanita says Dominic's father and several uncles and cousins. So if I was to all of a sudden need to serve my country, then who would take care of Teddy? Who would take care of my business? What would happen to these daily JumpStarts? Who would communicate that to you? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to thank the people who laid down their lives to serve our country, not in the sense that they made their transition. Good morning, K-Moo. Good morning to, who else just snuck by me? Oh, again, I have to be very careful because sometimes I click the wrong buttons. Clara is here. Thank you to everyone who laid down their lives so that they could serve. Now, let me take that one step further. We've heard the concept of 6 degrees of separation. We are 6 degrees of separation from anyone. We're 3 degrees away from Kevin Bacon. I don't know if you've heard that. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Sherry. When someone lays down their life to serve the country, then they are also, by default, laying down and laying aside the lives of everyone that they come in contact with. So every time someone serves our country, it not only is them laying down, laying aside their lives. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Joanne. It is also laying down and laying aside the lives of others. So literally, military service is the service of our country for our country, because it takes everyone else in some way, large and small, to allow this to happen. Jerome says, many family members and friends, I'm heading to work and singing the national anthem for veterans this morning. Jerome, I wish you were here singing it for us. Good morning, JumpStart family. Happy Veterans Day, says Sherry. Thank you so much for being with us. Can I invite you to consider something on this Veterans Day? Something outrageous, something that has never happened in the history of human history. Hey, Julian, good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Good to have you with us. And that is, could you consider a day when Veterans Day truly is a memorial to a time when human beings thought that they needed to kill one another to settle their differences? I was explaining, because I grew up with guns. I grew up in the South. Michelle says, awesome. I grew up in the South, so I grew up with guns. I was given my first gun when I was like 10, my BB gun. Then I was given a rifle. Then I was given my 18th birthday. I was given a .357. And I was talking about the concept that a gun is basically like a rock. Human beings used to pick up rocks and throw them at each other. Then somebody figured out a slingshot. Then somebody figured out a bow and arrow. Hey, Sue, thanks for coming. And then somebody figured out, how could we throw these rocks with little explosions so that they go so hard, they either hit the person so hard that they kill them or they hurt them really, really badly. And I envision a day when our ancestors, yours and mine, good morning, Margarita. I envision a day when yours and my ancestors laugh at this like, that's crazy. People would do that, and then they would drop bombs on one another and destroy one another. When I was fortunate enough to spend a couple hours with Maya Angelou, I don't want to make it sound like it was more than it was, but she was so gracious and so wonderful. And if you go to our website there and go to A Complaint-Free World, there's a video of her talking about what it would be like when we have a complaint-free world. Because all wars begin with a complaint. All wars begin with a complaint. You did this. Instead of working it out, I'm going to escalate it. I'm going to take it higher. We talked one time in a JumpStart about the fact when two people were asked, did I not say our descendants? Yes, I meant to say our descendants. I think I did say our descendants. I see this as something for our descendants, but I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to say that we tend to think of world peace as being the ultimate thing that human beings can never achieve. Oh yeah, and then we'll have world peace. It is that very attitude, I think, that prevents us from having it. Just because it's never shown up in the history of humanity does not mean that it won't. And I truly believe we are evolving toward that. Read the book, The Better Angels of Our Nature, based on a quote from Abraham Lincoln. Human beings are evolving into a higher, more loving, more conscious species. Now, if you just freaked out when I said that, I don't believe that. That's because your version of the media is telling you that that is bullcrap. And the other version of the media is also saying that is bullcrap because they need to vilify someone else. An us needs a them. If all of a sudden we started getting along all the time and agreed, CNN and Fox News would be out of business. So let's just continue to know that we are able to accomplish amazing things, and we do it first and foremost by believing that it is possible. So on this Veterans Day, as I join you in celebrating your uncles, your cousins, you personally, thank you so much. Those of you who lost your mothers and your fathers, let's remember that every time someone serves, they are putting their life aside. They are setting aside their life. No love, there is no greater love than to put your life aside for someone else. And that doesn't just mean to pass on, to die, to get killed. It can mean to be wounded. It can mean to be hurt. It can mean to simply have to serve. Imagine. Thank you, Lynn. I'll tell you something. I believe in world peace. I'm just going to come right out and tell you this. Every September 21st for the last 8 years, I have sat at the Imagine Mosaic in Central Park and listened to a variety of musicians play the song Imagine over and over and over again. And I sit there literally all day. I've only taken one other person with me, and that was my daughter. And I sit there all day and I watch people from all over the world come, and they all want to do one thing, and they take turns, and I watch thousands do it every day. They lie down on the mosaic in Strawberry Fields or in front of it, and they take a picture. And the Asian people from the Asian countries always do this, which, by the way, doesn't mean peace. It means, aren't I cute? Anyway, they do that over and over again, and I think, do they understand what this really means? Imagine all the people living in peace. You might say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Regardless of whether or not you ever enlisted, thank you for your service to our country. God bless you. And God bless our United States of America.
No more complaining people. Their lives are changing. We're flying high, creating a complaint-free world.